What is up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace brake cables, taking it apart, putting it back together, and cutting the sides to get the perfect fit. So to start off, what we're going to be doing is unscrewing these two bolts as well as with the washer. So we're just going to take this off, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Just like that. And then, as you can see, it's got these rivets in here. So you want to line that up with the brake cable, both of them, and it should just fall right out. So after you've got the washer and the bolt out, you're going to pull this as long as with the cable, pull it out like that. And then you should just be able to pop it right out at the bottom. It's as simple as that. So we're just going to go ahead and do it on the other side. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Helps a little bit to get more of that slack out. And then yeah, just line them up. Pull that out. Pops right out. What I like to do is just put these in a safe place where you know you won't forget them. You'd be surprised how many times I've lost bolts just unscrewing parts and then putting it back together. And then after that, you're going to move the housing out of the way. And so this front left brake goes right here. So what we're gonna need is a 5mm Allen wrench, which we have in our Testy Bike toolkit. And yeah, so we're just gonna get the 5mm, put that in there, just unscrew it. A little more than that. There, yeah, cable should just come right out. Just take the housing out of the frame unit. And there you have it. So that's the first one. We're just gonna set this on the side. As you can see, one of these is gonna need a serious cut out of it. So yeah, after that, we're gonna come over here, find that cable. And something to look out for, as you guys can see, the cables, at least on my mountain bike, cables run underneath the top frame. So just make sure you're getting the right one out. It's not too difficult to find them. You just follow the wire, but you never know, things happen. So yeah, we're just gonna take this housing unit as long as with the cable, pull that out, 5mm again. And we're just gonna, as you guys can see, not the best cable. It's definitely time for a new one. So yeah, we're just gonna lay these out, find the correct size. And something that I like to do as well is run the cable through before you cut it, just to make sure you get the right amount of slack, right amount of tension. Bring it all together and then, yeah, should be good. So, with this, as you can see, it's got a stopper on this end and another holder or gripper, whatever you guys like to call them, on the other, as well as with the housing unit, the cable track, and some suspension bungee, which pretty much just helps the brake for alignment. And something else that I like to do, so this is the front brake, so I'll put that next to the front tire. That way I know it's the right one. You can also tell by the length of each one. The back cable is always going to be longer than the front, but I like to do it just to tell the difference, see what goes on. So yeah, this one already has the cable end off, so we're just going to take this housing unit, piece them in order so you don't forget. It's got a little. So it looks like my housing or cable track is coming off. So that's not too good. But we'll be able to put it back together. So yeah, just find the order. Housing unit. Yeah, pretty much all housing units. But yeah, so we got the back tire in check. Just gonna leave this on the side. See that distance. And then for the front one, I don't have bike cable cutters, but I do have a wire cutter. And this should just do the trick. I mean, we're just getting it done. This is actually not my tool, so shout out whose ever these are. But yeah, you just want to, damn. Just keep snipping. It's a little difficult to do if you don't have brake cable cutters because these are all threaded, intertwined, so you're really cutting about 10 different wire strips. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going till it cuts. Might not be the best thing for the, holy cow, dude. Yeah, wiggle it like that. Eventually it'll come off. And yeah, we're just gonna get, I don't know where the other one went. I mean, you don't really need these. It's just more of a showpiece. But they definitely come in handy. That's for sure. So yeah, we're just gonna take these off. Slide that out. Slide that out. Then, simple as that. Now for the next thing you guys need to, for the next thing you need to do is, for one, get your new cables. And for two, piece the pieces back together. So, same process, just the opposite. We're gonna slide this in, the housing unit. Just keep going. Bang, got the end. Now we're gonna put this together. As you guys can see, the plastic piece came out. So we're just gonna push that in, simple as that. This piece, bring it back together. Not too sure what happened there, if I'm being honest. But yeah, we'll just slide this in. Nice and just like that. Push it through. Push it through, push it through, push it to the limit. I did that backwards. So yeah, another thing, the bigger edge goes on the inside, while this cable lock, which connects right here, faces the outside. So we're just gonna redo that. Push it through, push it through, push it through, push it to the limit. And yeah, I mean, that's the front one. So we'll just leave that on the side. Start working on the second. And as I was saying, I like to put these out in order. That way I'm able to see which direction they go in so that I don't have to worry too much about maybe putting this one in front or this one in the middle or this all the way up there. It just gives you a visual example of what you should do with it. So yeah, we're just gonna run this through. It looks like I might need a new housing pretty soon. Okay. So yeah, just run this through. all the way through. There we go. Then we got the second one, which goes in this side piece or side section. And pretty much what that does is just ensures your cables are protected and it keeps them in line. Like I can flick that all I want, but it's not gonna mess the bike up at all. And yeah, as we were talking about last time, make sure this goes on the outside on the cable track, and this goes on the inside. So we're just gonna push this through. I think I did it though. Nah, it'll work. Yeah, just put that on. Slide that through, push this back in. This just ensures that the track stays in place. And yeah, now it's time to assemble. So we're gonna start with the first one. I keep holding these, but these are the cable stoppers that you put in just so cable doesn't come entwined. Or alright, cut, go. Your cable doesn't come untwined or unwinded. And yeah, so we're just gonna do the left one first, then the right one, move from there, and it's a pretty simple process. I mean, really all you gotta do is just ensure that you're running up to the right directions. So yeah, we'll get to it. Alright y'all, so that last video ended up getting corrupted, but pretty much what I'm going over with this front brake is you wanna line up the cable, stick it back through this slot, making sure that it's locked into place. Then you want to line up the grooves on the bolt and the nut, make sure that that is screwed in. Also, I like to leave it a little bit open, that way you can adjust the brake tension on the handlebar whenever you get a chance. And with mountain bikes, the cables are typically wrapped around once or twice depending on how long the cable and the cable housing has been. So you want to put that back through, line this up through this groove, make sure the bungee cord is in between, and then you want to leave 3 inches, cut it, put the eyelet back on, and then screw this back in with a 5 Allen wrench. And that should ensure that the front brake cable is all right. And then it's going to lead back into the original video where I talk about how to apply an eyelet and why an eyelet is important on the tip of a brake cable. Yes, sir. But these actually are intertwined and they come apart like so, and it just saves you from getting cut. Yeah, look at that. Speaking of getting cut, I think I just stabbed myself with that. But yeah, it gets a little wild, so these are great to ensure you don't rub stuff up, cut clothes, cut yourself, which is never good. And you just slide this on, bang. Alright, that didn't really work. I think we're gonna need glue or something to hold this on. Or actually, what you could probably do is just clamp this in, holds it in, and gets that tight finish that you're looking for. So we'll come back to that, work on the back one first. But yeah, so same process as the front, although the back brake is typically on the right side of the bike. So we're just gonna, again, make sure the circle is flush, go under, find that track, and push up like so. After that, keep following the track, put it in. And I believe this was on the inside of the gear shifter. Yeah, it definitely was. So yeah, we're just gonna leave this on the side, grab us a washer and bolt, and align the openings. Again, I know I might need a new one soon. I mean, look at that. The wear and tear on that boy. But yeah, line it up, screw it in, and I like to get the washer down a little lower in case the brake needs to be adjusted. And yeah, just keep going till you get that one. It's definitely easier with a designated wrench. But yeah, we're just gonna run this through on the back side here. Get that through. It's looking pretty good. And then we'll just run it through this. Come on this side. So yeah, as I was saying, cables come underneath. We're just gonna line this up in the designated slot. Push this through. Line it up here, and then what I like to do is just push this in. I might need a new rubber piece actually, maybe 2 of them. Dang. All right, that's just another thing on the list. So we're just gonna bring that through. Again, line up the. Alright, my bad, I gotta unscrew my brakes, which I was not using, which is probably not the safest thing to do. Definitely isn't, but yeah, we're gonna get the 5mm Allen wrench. Just unscrew this. This is also good to know for brake adjustments. Oh shit. Alright guys, wrong one, redo. So yeah, just put this in, loosen it, and we'll come back to adjust the brakes or brake pads after this. Currently we're just getting these wires in, getting them nice and good, nice and flush, nice and tight. And yeah, so push this in, turn it over, tighten it, same process. Is this even recording? About to say. Alright, so yeah, run this through, line up the cable housing with the unit. So get that in just like that, just like so. Oh, what was that? I also know I have a kickstand, but no complaints. We're not complaining over here. Just learning and growing. Yes, sir. And it definitely makes it easier if you have the bungee, which goes in the middle, which somehow I have lost. But it's all good. It'll still work the same. It just doesn't have that extra protection, which a bungee will add. And yeah, so we're just gonna estimate based on where these brake pads are laying. A little bit more, and then right there looks actually pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna tighten this. Get that nice and flush. And like I said, we'll come back, adjust the brakes afterwards. But yeah, rule of thumb, you want 2 fingers in. So we're gonna squeeze this, see how we're doing. And as you can see, that's too loose. So we're gonna need to make that tighter. Might have something to do with not having, actually, hold on. That might actually be. All right, so it's right there. We just need a tad bit more. But like I was saying, it's just trial and error. You just go try to find that 2 2-finger mark. And I'll try to get this in. Which it is not doing. Again, just check both sides, see how it goes, see how it's looking. And then tighten that up. And then check the 2-finger mark. Perfect. You see that? So yeah, you don't, oh wow. No, man, I'll tell you what, the difference on that is actually insane. I would have these tightened all the way, dang near with the brake pads rubbing up. And I mean, when I tell you these just go all the way in, still not able to brake. Yeah, it's crazy how that works. But again, shout out Revolution Bike and Bean, located in Bloomington, Indiana, for the new wires, the wheel truing, and the bike pump and tube. Appreciate it, Dom. And yeah, so with this, we're going to go about 3 inches again, which about right here. Just snip, snip, snip. And again, like I was saying, it's not too big, it's not too much of a deal if, yeah, my bad guys, I know it's taking a while. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Just heard a snap. Probably just move my way up until. Alright, I'm gonna mess with this until I can get it cut, but oh, actually, sometimes it all it takes just a little twist. And yeah, as I was saying, you just clamp these down with a wrench or some sort of squeezer, and it tightens it up on this wire. Or you could also get like a sealing or a sealant. Just put that in the cover or eyelet. I believe that's what these are called. Yeah, put it in the eyelet and just go from there. But while we're already here, we're gonna get that 5mm back out, and I'm gonna show you guys how to adjust brake pads. So we're gonna loosen this up, and you don't want it past this rim. I know it's a little worn out, but so we're gonna line this up at the top. That's flush. You don't want the brake pad touching the wheel. So we're gonna line that up, screw it in nice and tight. Perfect. And just do the same with the other side, which that side just needs to be raised a little bit. Also, if you want a truing stand for at home, zip ties, they're your friend. Actually, anything with biking, zip ties is your friend, which I'll get into later or in a later video. But yeah, that's again, flush with the top, not touching the wire, screw it in. And break a little wider. So yeah, that's pretty good. Coming to find out, I'm gonna need to adjust these, which when adjusting brake sides, you're gonna want to go the tension screw right here. So the more you screw in, the more it pulls out. The more you screw out, the more it pulls to the other side. So if you're tightening on the right side, it's gonna pull this left side, or vice versa. If you're tightening on the left side, the right side is going to pull to the left. If you're loosening the left side and tightening the right side, the left side is going to pull to the right. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much gonna do it. We got our brakes all set up, cables changed, and yeah.